Hi, my name is Jason with Legacy Arms International, and I want to talk to you about a new firearm being offered up by Mossberg & Sons. This is the Mossberg MC2sc. It's a compact, or I should say micro-compact handgun. There's a lot of new innovations that went into this. I have to be honest, I'm not usually a huge fan of subcompact and micro-compact guns. You can see I'm kind of a bigger guy. I carry a full-size handgun everywhere I go. So when I was introduced to this gun, I was a little bit skeptical. I have to be honest with you and say that the minute I started shooting it, all skepticism went out the window. This is a very well-made, well-thought-out handgun, and this small little package is incredibly accurate and precise at what it is. Couple things that I really like about it. It's got a great trigger. The trigger is good for everyday carry. It's not a match grade competition trigger, but it has a really smooth, consistent trigger pull and a really nice, crisp reset. So I like that in any kind of a handgun. It makes follow-up shots a lot easier. The slide is 416 steel, stainless steel, so it has a little bit of heft to it. Means that the gun has some weight to it. But my favorite part is the way in which they milled the optic ready setup. So this is set up for J-point and some various profiles, but one of the things they did on this setup is they actually milled the optic cut as low as they could without getting to the internals. And that means that this optic sits lower than it does on most other firearms. So when you're looking down your front and rear sight, it's co-witnessing with the front and rear sight. So for someone like me that doesn't use a lot of red dot optics, one of the biggest struggles I have is when I present a firearm, I'm used to presenting with iron sights. And usually a red dot optic on a handgun is going to raise that profile and that presentation slightly. So I have to retrain and rethink about how I'm presenting that firearm. This co-witnesses, so as I present, my eye is naturally being drawn to the red dot, but it's lining up the front and rear sights as well. It comes in a couple variations. This one is set up with tritium sights. It comes with, you can get it with true glow sights as well. This is set up with a crimson trace optic. I like it. It works well for this gun. It comes with both an 11-round flush magazine as well as a 14-round magazine. Now the 14-round magazine is actually the MC2 magazine, and what they've done is they've basically added a sleeve that goes over the magazine itself so that when you put it into the handguard, into the grip, it just kind of lines up and makes everything smooth. So for someone like me with bigger hands, this is a really nice setup. It actually feels like a full-size firearm to me right now. So I like the way that this is set up. Like I said, it's incredibly accurate. It's easy to carry. Mossberg has their own little holster that they put out. This is an inside the waistband and outside the waistband holster. It's just nice because a lot of times when a new firearm comes out, there's no holster to carry it in right off the bat. So Mossberg is already offering one, and you can get it through them. So we're going to put this thing through its paces and see how it does. We've got steel at 20 yards, and hopefully I hit it and don't make a fool of myself. All right, so every one of those was a hit on target. One thing you might have noticed, the slide did not lock back. That is 100% me. I've got big hands, and I naturally kind of rest my thumbs in a position where I'm actually resting on the slide stop on this gun, and I can feel myself doing it. That's just kind of my hand position, and I'm not willing to change how I shoot just for this gun in particular. But the fact that the slide did not lock to the rear is not the gun itself, but I was physically resting my thumb on the slide stop with enough force that as it basically came back, I knew it was going to lock back. So that's on me. You can see that if I just bring the slide back on its own, it locks back fine. So that's 100% user error or technique, however you want to look at it.